Sweet. Had myself muted that entire time. Why do we have no drivers, man? We've got a few guys that are out. So yeah, look, I'll go over it all again. Sorry, guys, I had my everything muted. I don't know what's going on with me at the moment. A few drivers are out. We've got a guy who is who's currently injured. Cub, unfortunately for him, crashed his motorbike today. So hopefully he is going to be feeling better in the near future. Got drivers who are still updating their Xbox, but unfortunately it didn't look like they were able to get in time. We've also got drivers that are out. Yeah, probably poorly. Spoked him, chucked a stick through his spokes. But yeah, so just a lot of different reasons. You know, people are sick. We can't help that sort of thing. You know, for the drivers that did have their Xbox updating and have come out and said, you know, we can't just change times, you know, when we feel like it. We gave you plenty of notice, a lot of notice. I didn't see you didn't have an invite. I didn't see you ask for a invite, Robert. Looking through the chat here. No, there was no invite. There was no question in the chat here. I don't look at Discord while we're on race. You're telling me to shut up. Fair enough. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, you know, there was plenty of notice. There's no need to whinge and complain about it. That's a good question. So, on formation for the sprint race here at Brazil. Rob, I might be able to still get you an invite into... thanks, Swayze. Still might be able to get you an invite into the next quali session. I think I'll have to find out about that. We'll see. But yeah, unfortunate 14 drivers for tonight. But, you know, it is, like I said, you know, there are guys sick. There are guys injured. There are guys still updating their Xbox, and that's fair enough. You know, it is what it is. So, we'll run through the grid as we see it. VSXPT in P1, MJ11 in, Formula Finesse in P2 in the Williams. A 3-4 second row lockout for the Haas's here with Little Casper and the Almighty Gob. Combo Ollie and the lone Aston Martin in P5. The lone Ferrari with Cuds in P6. Zachary in P7. Chevy Wolves P8. Bat Felsey in P9, Goffey in P10. We look through to P11 with Kirko in the Red Bulls. Over in the Kick Sauber, we've got Pumpkin. I believe he is the lone Kick Sauber. Yes, he is. And then two RBs running up the back of the grid with OES, Nutsy, and Pajala. So here we go. As we wait for the lights, we've got 4 or 5 lights. It is lights out, and we are off. VSXP getting a little bit of a jump there, but it looks like Formula Finesse just tucks in right next to him, while Casper and Almighty God. But there it is. Formula Finesse now goes through the outside to get VSXPT. Is he going to be able to keep the position? It looks like VSXPT has the faster straight line speed as Formula Finesse just tucks back in again with that little Casper all over him. We've got a little bit of damage down the back here, though. And it looks like somebody is missing a wing. Who is it? Or it was a braking board. Yeah, it's a braking board. Someone's just taken out braking boards. Jeez Louise. So let's get the position changes up. We'll get the telemetry and the lap data up as well. Position changes VSXPT down one spot while Little Casper goes flying up the order, goes into P1 from P3. Formula Finesse drops another spot as well, going into P3. Combo Ollie up one, Cuds up one, Almighty Gob down 2 spots while Goffy is up 2 spots. The biggest movers and shakers of the night, we've got Nutsy and Pajala up 3 spots as well in P10 and 11, while Felsi and Kirko are down 3 spots. Little Casper opens up the fastest lap there, while DRS it is enabled at the start of lap 2. Easy Reaper, the start of lap 2. Easy Reaper. So a few little gaps forming here, but Formula Finesse staying real strong on the back of VS, while VS is staying really strong on the back of Little Casper's rear gearbox, or only gearbox I should say, the gearbox here. But it looks like Finesse is trying to squeeze a move. Combo Ollie also trying to squeeze a move here out of Formula Finesse, but just backs out of it that little bit too early, I think, going for a move. It's only 12 laps, so just bide your time, guys. It's only a sprint. Only top 10 get points in the sprint round. Combo Ollie with the fastest lap, 1:10.378. Sorry, guys. Rob, enough, man. It's whinging. All you're doing is whinging, mate. There's no need. You're 15 minutes, but Xbox was updating, which I did. Yes, you did tell me 5 minutes prior to the start of the session. You don't like it, dude. I've told you this already before. If you don't like it, dude, you can go to another league. No big loss. No big loss at all. Enough is enough, man. Quit with the whinging. It's all there ever is. Moving on. Mighty Gob down 2 spots, as we can see already. We'll keep going through the positions here. Go back to the details. So any penalties showing up at the moment, we'll have a quick squiz. No penalties. Tyres, on the other hand, only 4 drivers with the soft tyres. Only 4 drivers. The rest of the grid on mediums. These soft tyre runners are hoping for some form of a safety car to try and make any moves possible. But Combo Ollie already starting to lose out a little bit here. Gets a slight little tap, but goes around, and there it is. Combo Ollie now falling down further. Down the grid, waiting for these drivers to go past so that he can rejoin the track successfully as Kirko now makes his way through. Combo gets back on track and tries to keep going. Jetstar 420, mate, appreciate the follow there. Really appreciate it. So Kirko, 3 seconds off the pace here in Brazil. He's just got to try and make up any positions that he possibly can. I mean, everybody here is guaranteed points tonight, which is fantastic to see. But, you know, wish there could have been a bit of a race, which would have been good. But it is what it is. Cuds is up into P3, while Little Casper is now down into P4. We've missed that one again there, guys. Sorry. Almighty Gob is now tracking down his teammate to see if there can be any move made anywhere at all. VSXPT back into P1 with Formula Finesse now trying to chase him down. Only 3/10 the gap here, while Cuds is slowly keeping it on par with these 2 lads ahead. Very close battle going on here between these guys, while Rapid Pajala is 5 seconds behind Chevy Wolves. 5 seconds behind Chevy Wolves. So hopefully we can see, what's going on there. We might jump down to him actually. Rapid-Jala, there you are. Doesn't look like he's got damage, but it just looks like he's struggling just that little bit on the exits of corners. Get rid of these. We have a caution in Sector 2. That is a Mercedes, by the looks of it, of Zachariah, who has now fallen further and further down the grid order. He's now in P8. Now 5 seconds off of the battle between him and Chevy Wolves, so that one is now closed with half of the grid, half of the sprint race now finished. Yeah. And there he goes, he's into the wall. Zachariah is into the wall. Right as his TP comes into the chat and says, my poor Red Bull, he should be thinking about his own Mercedes and saying, my poor Mercedes. Oh dear. Zachariah is in at the wall. That is a DNF. Very unfortunate for him. He was having a decent race. Anyways, moving on. So the battle here now between Formula Finesse and Cuds has opened up a little bit, with Cuds now getting past Formula Finesse successfully. Now he's going to want to try and track down VSXPT, but the battle between him and Formula Finesse has opened up a bit of a gap between him and the driver in P1. So the current gap there is 1 second, the gap. So is he going to get DRS? Yes, he's got DRS. He was just inside that DRS zone. As we go through, and we'll have a look at the current sector times for VSXPT and Cuds. So Cuds definitely has the fastest sectors as we see it at the moment from lap 6. You know, going fastest in sector 1 and sector 2. However, Cuds really put the gain on him on sector 2 by beating him out by almost 5/10, half a second during that sector, which is I think quite strong, quite a strong showing. He's managed to hold on to that 1 second gap now, so that will alleviate him from any DRS battles up ahead, unless Cuds can really start to reel him in. Yeah, definitely under this sprint, man. 100%. Absolutely. So Cuds still just outside of that DRS zone, no. However, this is going to give Formula Finesse the run on Cuds with DRS. So he goes into turn 1. So close to the back end there of Cuds, but manages to pull it up. Goes into the second DRS zone. Opens up that DRS. Well, again, Cuds has just missed out. Is he going to go for the move? It's going to be wheel banging, and there he goes off real wide, but rejoins the track in a safe manner, unable to gain the position from the attempted overtake. I think he got a little bit hairy there. So 3 second time penalty to Nutsy, multiple warnings. There is your race leader at the top there. VSXPT in the Alpine. He is your race leader. Yeah, I'll drop back down. We'll see where, if there's any other close battles. Not really. So Casper is the closest battle at the moment. Still on these soft tyres from the get-go. 8 lap old soft tyres. It's gonna hurt. It's got to be hurting for him. I keep thinking people are losing their front wings or something, but there seems to be some sort of a viewer glitch where just pieces keep going flying. I think so, Manny. I don't know. We've never had somebody join in the main quali session. Give it a go. If it screws up the lobby, well then it's a no. So, you know, if it screws up the lobby, it'll be a no-go. He won't be able to join. Plain and simple. He'll need to leave. Cuds now gets the fastest lap with that 110. Another move there. by little Casper, trying to get the move done on Formula Finesse. Unable to get it done though. Tucks back in behind, but this gives his teammate the run on him. Now only 4/10 behind, opens up his DRS, but it is a bit of a DRS train. As here we go, Formula Finesse and Casper now get the swap done under DRS position. What is with the screen shaking? So Cards only 5/10 now, the distance between him and VSXPT. Lap 10 of lap 12. This is going to be the one that is going to matter. These next 2 laps, he's chasing VSXPT for first place. Cards currently in second for the only Ferrari on the grid. If he can get it done, it'll be an absolute epic climb back to the top of the grid here for him, as VSXPT did start in P1. Cards started in P6, now in second for the only Ferrari on the grid. So he is trying to climb, trying to gain onto any single point that he can possibly get. DRS is open, he's going to go for the dive down the inside. Can he get the position done? Little bit of contact made there, but he gets the swap. Brilliant move. However, VSXPT hunting him back down as he now has DRS. It is lap 11 of 12. How is this going to play out? Because it looks to me like Cuz definitely has the pace over VSXPT currently. It's the new sprint and feature. So you do a sprint quali, then sprint race, then you do a feature quali, and then feature race. So Cards 3/10. He's going to be under attack here from VSXPT, who has been leading the race the majority of the battle here. We'll have a look at the... no, we won't. There it is, VSXPT now goes up into P1 thanks to that DRS. But now Cards fighting back, and look at the exit that he has there. Already gets the position swap done way before the end of the zone there. Oh, sorry. This could very well be the end of the race for VSXP, potentially finishing in P2. He's now going to have to try and make up any time he possibly can to try and get a position change, a swap of any sort done on Cuds ahead of him. The battle between Casper and Formula Finesse is still on, while Formula Finesse is still in P3. Little Casper is tracking him down and is trying to get any change done. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, I think that's it, but I didn't see why. But this battle here, this could very well be VSXPT, as he will get DRS. Is he going to get DRS and get him before the line? I don't think so. He's too far back. Oh, maybe not. Oh. Less than a 10th gap between Cuds and VSXPT. An absolutely epic finish for the sprint round in Brazil. So VSXPT finishes in P2. Formula Finesse in P3 with the battle between him and Casper ending the way it did, with Casper finishing in P4. His teammate right behind him though, in the Haas, Almighty Gob in P5. Chevy Wolves in P6 in the Red Bull. Matt Felsi in P7 for the Mercedes. Goffey in P8. Pajala P9. Kirko rounding out the final point position for the sprint race in P10. Pumpkin Win, Combo Oli, Nutsy and Zachary all unfortunately missing out on a point. And Nutsy the only driver to finish without with a penalty. There's your winner, Cuds in the lone Ferrari out on track tonight. His teammate cheering him on in chat, Vise. Pumpkin Wind also had a pen. Oh, there you go. My bad. My apologies there. But yeah, as we can see, These are your drivers and their positions. Cards P1, VSX P2, P2, and MJH11 and NWS in P3. So the podium there. And like I said, Kirko, with our points structure, Kirko finishing in the top 10 gets in the final point. As we now head into quali, I wonder if this is... should be short quali. All right, Rob, if you could try and join in the session. VSXPT has retired? Is that right? Surely this isn't right. Yeah, we've got a car exiting onto the track now. That is Casper. What happened to VSXPT? Is that you, Rob? Robbo10488. So I can't see a Felty Rabbit anywhere. Can you make sure you add me on EA, please? Oh, that is you. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Where'd you go? Saying that you're offline for some reason. All right. Did you get that? So 2 drivers are now out. Don't know what's happening here. I can't see Discord because my phone has died. And it looks like we've got... Let's have a look here. Okay. Anyways, I can't see anybody saying anything about quali or why they've retired. Oh, they've got... Yeah. They've got... They have quali bans. Yeah, don't know why. Did you join? Did you join? If anybody from Tier 4 is watching, they've got Felty... Oh, there is. Felty Rabbit. Sent you an invite. So here we go. As laps start getting underway, Almighty Gob is in P1 ahead of his teammate Casper with a 109.516. Combo Ollie sets the third fastest time with a 109.765. So weather for today, we're looking at air temperature 24 degrees with track temperature reaching a high of 35 degrees. Light cloud 10%, 5 minutes in, all the way through to clear 2% chance of rain 30 minutes in. So I think, guys, it's going to be a pretty clear race for you all. So fantastic to see. It's going to be a dry one, which means some really good racing. Yeah, you can settle up. That's fine. In all fairness, Left 4 Dead, his Xbox was updating. So, you know, he had to miss out on the first race, essentially. So, he's lost out on points anyway. I don't think he should be punished that hard. So, yeah, I believe he can settle up. So, following on form from his sprint race here is Formula Finesse. Goes up into P1 with a 1:08.9. So, a little bit of a gap there between himself and Pat Felsey in the Mercedes in P2. Zachariah and Chevy Wool splitting the two Haas's who were inseparable last race. Zachariah in 1:09.412, and right behind him is Chevy Wools. Chevy Wools now entering the pit lane, but that's okay. We'll get rid of that one shortly. Zachariah is also just on track now. As I said before, if it murders the lobby, it's a risk I'm willing to take at this stage. I need to know if it's going to work. So that we know for future. Yeah, man, you killed that lap. 1:08.9. Absolutely, you killed it, man. You did really well. So, keep it up. Keep it up. So, still laps to come from Cards, who is currently in the pit lane. Oh, yes, Nutsy is on an out lap. Kirko, Pajala, and Goffey all on a lap at the moment. But Nutsy now rounding out the final turn to start his lap. So we'll jump on board with him and we'll see how he can go as he heads into turn 1, through turn 2 and 3, downhill. Really nicely taken through there as well, actually. So hard onto the brakes, full onto the throttle, away you go through. So only want to drop down to 6th here, and then drop down to 3rd or 4th, you know, 2nd or 3rd, up shift to 4th. Followed all the way through. Nice exit there. Hard on the brakes again. Soft on the throttle just to get himself a little bit of power out. Foot to the floor. Comes around this hard braking left-hander into the final long sweeping left-hander. Opens up his DRS as he crosses the line. He will go into, currently sitting in P10, moves up into P8 with a 1:10.033. So he moves out of the way, just to ensure that he's not in anybody's way and doesn't impede anybody's laps. ERS. What about ERS? So Little Casper is on an invalid lap, so we'll jump on up to Chevy Wools. Chevy Wools also looks like he has is on a lap currently. It's an aborted lap, so he's going for another round. Zachariah on an out lap as he now heads down into the final straight. Across the line to start his lap. We'll see how he goes. So we are here at Sao Paulo in Brazil, qualifying This is a short qualifying session for the feature race. We have done the sprint race, sprint quali and sprint race with the only Ferrari Cuds sitting in pit lane currently being the sprint race winner, followed by VSXPT in the Alpine. Currently, Formula Finesse sitting in P1, a 108.901. Bat Felsi still trying to track him down, but we're sitting on board with Zachary at the moment as he has now also invalidated. We've got the almighty Gob in pits. Chevy Wall's out on track. He should be on a lap now. Yes, he is. One more invite, yeah. No, not showing online again. So Chevy Walls currently somebody show me the fastest sectors during quali, is it? Fun. It looks like he opens up his DRS, he's low on fuel, he's low on ERS, and he stays in P5 with that 109.351. Oh no, sorry, goes up into P5. However, Combo Wally, the man and the only Aston Martin, now sets the fastest lap with a 108.8. 1/10, almost a tenth, no, almost half a tenth in front of MJ, Formula Finesse. There we go, 0.017, the gap between himself and Formula Finesse. The absolute stonking lap by him. Fantastic lap. However, is Formula Finesse going to be able to answer back? Cuds also needs to answer back. Cuds is the man that needs to get out on track and set a lap, because he won the sprint race. He's definitely got the pace. So I'm a bit surprised just to see him still sitting in pit lane. I think he's just waiting to do a single lap. Little Caspar is on an out lap, the only driver out on a lap at the moment. Formula Finesse is now also on a lap, but Combo Ollie looks like he's going around again. Might just jump on board with him while we have a look. He is going around again, after he sets the fastest lap already. I've invited him a few times, Manny. There you go, another invite sent. Definitely not improving on this lap, Combo Wally. I believe he will pull into the pits. No, he opened. Yep, he does. Ooh, it's a little bit hairy there. That's Formula Finesse now out in his lap. Out in his out lap, I guess you can call it. So it looks like it's setting two out laps. Getting a good lap in. Zachary now also on an out lap. You got little Casper also on an out lap. We'll have to wait and see how these go, but so far it's going to be an interesting one. Let's see how this plays out. These cards again. There we go. Felty Rabbit is now into the lobby. Doesn't look like anything's cooked. Felty in the stream, if you can just tell me how many minutes your session has to go. So Goffey puts up a huge lap and goes up into P4 with the Williams sitting very nicely behind his teammate, or a car behind his teammate in P2. So P2 and P4, so starting right behind each other on the grid, right in front and behind. Really nicely done from Goffey for the Williams driving there. While we've got the Haas's here with P5 and 6, Casper and Almighty Gob. Casper is currently out in the lap, and he has got an invalid lap. Almighty Gob is still in the pit lane. Chevy Wolves, he is still on an outlap as well. Combo Ollie going for another outlap. Using up all of his sets of tyres, by the looks of it. That Felsey now coming out to the pits, out of the pits. Zachary on a lap currently as well, as he now rounds out the final area. He's set the fastest second sector. Is this going to be able to do enough for him to get himself up to the top? We'll have to wait and see, because he is currently rounding out this final little bend here, crosses the line and puts himself up into P3. A massive job there for Zachary. Puts himself into a very strong placement, and his team principal will be ecstatic with that. P3 and P4 for Mercedes. Nicely done, as they currently wait to see what Cuds can do. Still sitting in pit lane, 2 minutes left. I don't think he's coming out. Oh, he's coming out now. So this will be the man to watch. This will be the one. Cool. So finally we see a McLaren out on track to support. He had a really strong outing last session in Australia. Last race in Australia. Finished P8, I believe it was. So really strong session from him, Felty Rabbit. But it's a new race. We have to wait to see. Yeah, it's a controller. It's a controller, man. No, he's not on keyboard. So we've got a yellow flag, sectors 1 and 2. Cuds still on his outlap. Combo Ollie still going around. Formula Finesse on an outlap. Zachary is now into the pits. Bat Felsey, he is on a lap as well. But it looks like no, he's on an in-lap. Goffey looks to be on a lap. So we'll see where he can place it. He's currently sitting in P5. Had a very strong showing from his previous lap. Is he going to be able to improve on it? It's looking quite strong. So he now rounds out the final. He's got a little bit of a toe too from the driver ahead of him as he pulls into the pit lane there. And goes up into P4. Goffey with another strong showing. We're going to jump back down here to Cuds. So Cuds, yellow flag, sectors 1 and 2. This is do or die for Cuds. He waited all quali to set a lap. He's only down to 1% ERS, so he's going to be using it all up. Now 0, so he's losing a little bit of time here. He only goes into P10. I think that strategy of waiting one lap did not pay off. He started in P6 last race, made it up his way up to P1. Is now starting in P10, so it's a little bit further to go up the grid. However, he does have a lot more laps to get that completed. So, here is your standings as we see them. Combo Ollie in P1 currently. We do have Formula Finesse now finishing a lap. He gets a little bit squirrely. He doesn't know. I don't think he's going to improve. He doesn't. Goes P2. Almighty Gob in the Haas stays in P3. Goffey in P4. Bud Felsey in P5 for the Mercedes. In Rapid Bajala for the RBs, we see in P6. P7, we have Zachariah for the Mercedes. Kaspar retiring from the session a little bit early, I think. In the Haas in P8, yes. Chevy Wolves for the Red Bull in P9. Cuds in P10 after, I think, what could have been a bottle job strategy going out that late. I think, yeah, that's my beliefs anyway. Nutsy in P11, Kirko in P12, Felty in P13, setting a lap. Pumpkin Win and VSXPT. I believe both serving a quali ban. So they will start in P14 and P15. Well. We finally made it to the feature race for Brazil. After what was an intense sprint round, and the way it finished out with just less than less than 1/10 the gap, 0.099 the gap between Cuds and finishing in P1 Cuds and his rival VSXPT in the Alpine. Both of the Ferrari and the Alpine are a solo driver. They do not have a teammate on the grid with them tonight to support. Hopefully they can pull as many points in as possible. They've already started strong, but Cuds now has a bit of work to do for him. Same with VSXPT as well, because they've both got the. VSXPT has the quali ban, and Cuds starting in P10 after, I think, a mistaken strategy. So formation lap is now underway. Combo Ollie starting in P1. Formula Finesse in P2. And followed by the almighty Gob, IRL Gob, in P3. Goffey with a huge showing here at Brazil in the feature race. Making his way up into P4. The two Mercedes split by Rapid Bajala in Ps 5, 6, and 7. Little Casper in P8. Chevy Wolves in P9. Cuds in P13. Nutsy in P11. Kirko in the other Red Bull in P12. The only McLaren on the board, unfortunately missing out on the sprint round, is in P13. Pumpkin Win in P14 and VSXPT in P15. Bring up all of my telemetries. Full track. Make some position changes. The VSXPT last to first incoming. Oh no. He's got to contend with Cuds. Cuds went from P6 to P1, whereas VSXPT started in P1 and didn't and finished in P2. So he's got a bit of contending to do with this bloke. So two drivers, so all drivers lined up on the grid. Two drivers DSQ'd from the lineup as they were unable to get their placement done right. And it looks like could have a little bit of an issue here. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like it. Goffy, it definitely looks like it, man. What's it doing on your screen, bro? Nothing? Yeah. Right, this is why we started early, just in case little things like this happen. We can reform the grid. Might just quickly... can someone take a screenshot of the grid order as we see it just here? And I'll have to... and send it through to Goffy. If one person leaves, it will start it. Okay, give me a sec. Should I be the one to... yeah, I'll leave. See if that works. Oh, actually, I can't, because I can't rejoin. I can't rejoin, so because I'm not the lobby host. So I won't be able to rejoin unless somebody sends me an invite straight away. Goffy. Goffy, could you send me an invite, please, as soon as I leave? If you're in chat. Yeah, try that, Rob, if you can. I'll send you an invite straight away. No, that didn't work. So it's going to have to be a lobby restart. Yeah, it's going to have to be a lobby restart. All right, guys, we will be right back as we get this all underway, as we get this all sorted and underway. Thank you so much for your patience. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you all for your patience. We really appreciate it. Unfortunately, lobbies with EA are just don't get started. They're just shit. I've never experienced such shit lobbies, and I've played COD. That should tell you something. So we're just waiting for Chevy Wolves to ready up. Here we go. So I don't know what the final decision was on the formation lap. I think they're skipping it. I'm not too sure. But guys, please do not ready up straight away. We want people to get their setups on. Please, please, please do not ready up straight away. Yeah, I agree, Blade. That'll get fixed. Yeah, yeah. It would have to be the biggest patch in gaming history for them to fix anything in this game, I swear. Alright, so formation lap is on, so we'll get back underway with the grid the way it is. Combo Ollie in P1, Formula Finesse in P2 with Almighty Gob rounding up the third step of the podium currently in P3. Goffey with an absolutely outstanding outing in qualifying, feature qualifying in P4. Bat Felsi in P5, Rapper Majala in P6, Zachary in the Mercedes in P7, Little Casper in P8, Chevy Wolves for the Red Bull in P9. In P10, we have Cuds, who, again, I still believe made an absolute error in his judgment for his strategy as to when to come out for quali. Left it to the very last minute to come out and was only able to manage P10. However, in his sprint quali, finished P6 and managed to climb it back up to P1, finishing out in on the top step for the sprint round. Nutsy in P11 for the RB there. In the other Red Bull, we have Kirko, Felty Rabbit, DSQ'd from the session. Pumpkin Wing DSQ'd, was not able to set a qualifying lap due to a quali ban, I believe. And the same with VSXPT, also setting out for a quali ban. So, formation lap. Rounding out the top here. Hopefully, we can get underway with the race. This is exactly what we saw last time. Hopefully, this is just two cars sitting on the grid there, already being DSQ'd. Those drivers now just start driving through them, setting themselves up for the grid. So as you can see there, Combo Wally currently in P1. We've got MJ, which is Formula Finesse in P2. Directly behind him is his teammate in the Williams there, which is Goffey. Bat Felsi was also DSQ'd from the session. RB following out the Bat Felsi. But here we go. We are good to go. We're going to jump on board with Formula Finesse to see how he gets on with the start. Gets a really good start, immediately getting squeezed by Combo Ollie as he now goes down the inside. He's got the better line, but has he got the better exit? It doesn't look like he goes for the switchback. Can he get the job done? He doesn't get it done as Combo Ollie just sits in front, and Formula Finesse now tucks in from behind to get to stay in P2. Already a bit of a gap there forming between himself and Goffey in P4, now trying to track down Almighty God with a butt. However, he is being tracked down himself by Rapper Majala. Little Casper is up into P6. Cards has already made some massive moves going up into P7. Zachary from P7 from P10. Zachariah and Batfelzy have had a bit of a woeful start there, unfortunately, for these guys. We'll bring up the position changes. As Batfelzy is down 5 positions, Zachariah only down 1, Coco down 3 positions, Felzy down 1 position, Pumpkin and SVT and VSXPT up 3 and 1 position. Well, Cuds, I think Cuds has probably had the better scenario here, going up 3 positions from P10. Gombo now sets that fastest lap. Here we go. Oh, there's contact there. Goffey makes, not Goffey, it looked like Majala just got on the exit there. Got a little bit loose and made a little bit of side pod contact with Goffey. So it'll be interesting to see if Goffey has any damage. Might jump on board with Majala and see if he has any damage. We'll have a quick squeeze. He's got no damage either. Doesn't look like any of the drivers here have damage. So there's your tyre percentages too, by the way, on the right-hand side. So these are your medium tyres. No one here starting with damage, which is really good to see. No one. Fantastic. So, Sector 2, yellow flag. It is Pumpkin win around. Now down to the very back of the grid, but we'll jump back on board here with Majala as he now tries to regain any sort of positions he can get to try and climb that ladder again. Little Casper now sets the fastest lap. P5 currently with a 1:11. Excuse me a second, guys, while I go and grab a drink because my throat is killing. Got a bit of a battle going on here between Chevy Wolves. There's a little bit of contact made. Veers XPT tries to go up the inside, wasn't able to get the position change done. Makes a little bit of contact, in my opinion, with Chevy Wolves. Chevy Wolves held his line in an absolutely safe manner. And XPT couldn't get the change done. However, Chevy Wolves is now tracking down Nutsy. He wants to get a move done as soon as possible. He'll wait for the DRS. He'll open it up. However, he's also got a little bit of a train going on behind him, so he needs to have the faster straight line speed. Goffey now with the fastest lap with a 1:10.875 on that medium tyre there. Oh, my throat. Here we go. They go 3 wide. Is there going to be contact? It's all kept on relatively clean, but Chevy loses out multiple positions and spins as well. Very unfortunate for him. Well, XPT now goes up into P10, able to get the job done on Nutsy. But now he needs to track down these drivers ahead. He's already 2 seconds behind. Felzy is already 2 seconds behind. We're starting to see some gaps forming here. However, there is a DRS train from P1 all the way down to P7. And Almighty Gob is currently on the back of Formula Finesse, trying to get a position change. Same with Goffey on the back of Almighty Gob. Can he get the change done? It comes into, we come into the DRS zone now. Goffey opens up his DRS. He is under the pump here from Cuds, who has now gone from P10 to P5. An absolute stonking race from him. An absolute stonker. We'll have a look at the fastest sectors. Cuds currently sitting with P's in Sector 1 with the fastest sector, 17.291. I don't know who player is. That's 36.296. And then Goffey for Sector 3 with 16.859. Move on over. We'll have a look at Cuds' pit window. No, we won't. Yes, we will. Down the bottom here in the left-hand corner. Pit window, starting on those hard tyres. Current laps, the laps between 15 to 17 is the ideal pit time. Time for him to stop, I should say. So keep that on mind. Drivers, this is a little bit of helpful information, especially we'll have a look at a few other drivers a bit later on throughout the session as well. However, we're going to have a look at Cuds' race story up the top there, starting in P10, now in P4. He is chasing the driver ahead, and that is player, which is Almighty Gob. He's the one that hasn't said it. He's a reserve, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. So gaps again, still starting to form. Little Casper now all over the back of Zachariah. 3/10 the gap there, and it's a safety car. The safety car has been deployed. I can't see. It is a Red Bull down the back here. It is Kirko. He has now lost his front wing. As you can see, it's showing green. Sick. Don't know why. That's all right. So Kirko now enters the pit lane here to get a wing change done. So change the wing, and he is out of the pit. 7.5 seconds was his pit stop there, with his total pit time being 27.4 seconds. Shame for him, but the safety car is out on track now. He's got a little bit of work to do to make up the time there. But he passes that safety car. He can now put his foot down. He wants to save as much on his tyres. He's gone onto the inters. He's doing a lap on the inters. Yeah, I agree, Left 4 Dead. I think there was a little bit of help there. And there it is, a big penalty for Felty Rabbit. Speeding into the pit lane, 10-second penalty. This game is brutal for it now, so you got to be careful of your speed. Got to be careful of your speed. This could actually work in Kirko's favour. Going out into a set of inters just for one lap gives him the advantage to go into a new set of soft tyres and match everybody else for their tyres. I think so too. I think it's a good call, to be honest. He's going back around. Now I'm confused. What are you doing, bro? This will be the point to see if he can pit. He's going to pit. He should. But he doesn't. A little lost for words, guys. Sorry, because I don't know what's happening. There is no rain forecast, as you can see. It is overcast, but there is no rain forecast. issue is now, he's caught up to the safety car. Almost. Won't go in this lap unless it's a late call-in. So 35 degrees on track, 24 degrees air temperature, overcast currently. It's just... Safety car is not in this lap, which is good. Hit now. Now I'm very confused. I am really, really confused. Oh, it was green flag. It is green flag. No, it's not. So Goffey now gets a penalty for multiple warnings. I'm thinking that maybe my game is glitched and that I could be... Yeah. Maybe my game is glitched and I'm seeing the wrong tyres, but surely it would show others. My game has glitched. It's showing safety car still. The battle is on, so guys, take no note of the safety car. There is no safety car out on track. Don't know why it's still showing that. I love this game, guys. I love this game. So cards currently sitting in P4. 8-lap-old hard tyres versus 8-lap-old medium tyres. Still don't know why Kirko is on the intermediates. He may have just given up and he's just trying to do all he can, I guess. Felty Rabbit changed to the soft tyres. That's a bold strategy. But here we go. We're going to see a move made here. Formula Finesse tries to go for a switchback on combo while he isn't able to get the job done. Sitting right on his gearbox though, it looks like he's getting a little bit squirrely. Is there going to be contact? There's no contact. Everything is clean. Mighty Gob is still sitting behind, able to watch what is going on up ahead. In fact, he is actually pulling himself closer, which means Cuds is in for a really good shout for P1 here. I think he is currently sitting in the box the way we see it at this point in time. Currently starting on the hard tyres, going hards to mediums, I think is probably going to be the better option. You've really got an idea of how long these mediums last. Starting on those hard tyres, you can see how long these drivers go for, how long they start to get squirrely. But, you know, it is what it is. Cards now goes up into P3, gets the change done. Sauber muttered. Yeah, a little bit. So here we go. The position change done again. Formula Finesse now goes up into P1 with Combo now under the pump. Here from Cuds. Whoever just joined, yep, thank you. Is now under the pump here from Cuds. Cuds is sitting in P3 all over Combo. He's making it known that he's there too. Is he going to be able to go up in another position? Starting in P10. Now currently sitting in P3. Can he get the change done? Combo is your goat. He's cooking. Yeah, fair. So ERS differences here though. We'll look at Cuds. He's got 52% versus 22% for ERS. Versus 62% for Formula Finesse. So Formula Finesse currently sitting in P1. Cuds attacking. And there he is. He's around. Has there been a little bit of a contact? I don't quite know. We'll have a quick look at that one again to see if anything can be done. I'm just... Oh, my replay screen is not working. Can't quite see if there was any... Can't quite see if there was any contact there. Didn't look like it. We're going to watch it one more time. I can't slow it down, unfortunately. But it looks... No, I think he's dropped it on his own. Looking at that replay, I really think he has dropped it on his own. Jump back over to live play. So Card's now sitting in P1 while Formula Finesse and Goffey, the two Williams lads, sitting in P2 and 3. Almighty Gob has moved his way up into P4, while the two Mercedes are in P5 and 6. Oh look, my safety car thing has gone away. Cool. Casper in P7 for the final Haas there. VSXPT moved his way from P15, is now up into P8 after serving a feature quali ban. Chevy Wolves in P9, Nazi P10, Belty Rabbit P11, Pajala P12. Pumpkin Wind also serving that quali ban, is currently sitting in P13 from P14. Combo Wally, really unfortunate spin from him. Watching that replay, I think he may have dropped it on his own, but you know, we'll see. And Kirko now with a 3-second time penalty. Just don't understand what is happening. Or why he's doing this. Yes. So Khan's now starting to make a bit of a move on from his rival there in Formula Finesse. Formula Finesse now trying his hardest to gain anything that he can on cars to take that position back and go back up into P1. Goffey sitting in the DRS wake of his teammate Formula Finesse. Closes that DRS. Is able to gain a lot of time, but he's not going to try and make it go. Not going to try and go for a move. He's going to just sit back. I think he should have gone for the move there. I think Formula Finesse now needs to get out of the way. He is holding up Goffey, something chronic here. Goffey is having to slow down into corners. Formula Finesse, you need to move, bro. Have a look at his Goffey's throttle inputs and his brake inputs. DRS is ready to be open and open now. He's going to get the position change done. Formula Finesse moves over to the left-hand side. This is the medium tyre pit window, laps 15 to 17, which is the same as the hards, which should apply. However, Formula Finesse now goes back through, gets that DRS open, and off he goes to try and clutch down to try and catch Cuds. The Cuds is off in the distance, and there it is. Matt Belsey gets the move done on Goffey. A beautiful overtake down the inside. Nicely done there. Now Goffey is now under attack from the Mighty Gob. And can the Mighty Gob get any position changes done here? Goes down the inside. Can he get it done? No, he can't. Casper gets the move done on his teammate though, but he lets him back through. Says, here you go, you're faster. Nope, I'll take it again, thank you very much. The SXPT now in P7, right on the attack with the almighty Gob. Can he get anything done? We'll have to wait and see, because it looks like Goffey is still on the back end of his teammate. He's opened up his DRS, and it looks like Belsey and his teammate now get straight past. It's going to be 3 wide. Is there going to be contact made? There is. Goffey is sent around by his teammate. He holds on to it, though, very nicely, only losing out on 2 more positions. Oh, Formula Finesse, what are you doing, lad? You're helping your team, not spinning them. Taj Mahal is now following Wallaby Racing League. Thank you so much. Appreciate the follow there, mate. We really do. Yeah, so the braking inputs for Goffey, you know, everything, he was doing everything right, and it just looked like Formula Finesse just wanted to battle that a little bit too tough. We'll get rid of that. This is a long slog battle. Goffey still under attack from a lot of the guys here. Almighty Fob trying to attack Formula Finesse. P5 and P6 for the Williams lads, whereas 3 and 4 for the Haas. So the Haas versus Williams battle is strong in this battle, in this race. So he now gets past Formula Finesse. Formula Finesse not going to give up though. He will stick in, he will tuck in behind, try to get the better exit. It is now P3 and 4 for the Haas boys, and 5 and 7 for the Williams lads. Well, that race leader, Cuds, is now off and into the distance. He is, what? 2.7 seconds ahead, currently. Here he is. So Cuds starting in P10, now in first place. Matt Felsey starting in 5th and is now in 2nd place. Casper in 8th, now in 3rd. Gob starting in 3rd, now in 4th. And rounding out the top 5, we've got Formula Finesse in 2nd. Starting 2nd, now 5th. But, guys, that's a little bit of rain. Is that a little bit of rain? Did I see it? Can't see anything. But to me, that looks like rain. Yeah, that's rain. Yep. So Kirko, now I see what Kirko was doing. Kirko was attempting to go for the bold strategy of going on to Inters, but made the call just a little bit too early. So who is going to be the first person to pull the trigger and go on to the intermediate tyres? You can definitely see Cubs struggling here a little bit in the wet, as he is now losing 5/10 to the driver behind on those hard tyres. So the gap now forming, closing down between Cuds and Bat Felsey. 1.8 seconds the gap here. We'll look at their sector times too. Cuds fastest in the first sector by 5/10, so not enough. So 3/10 he is faster per lap, Cuds. There are your fastest sectors. Cuds holding sector 1 with a 7.82, VSXPT with a 36.2, and then Goffey holding out sector 3 with a 16.859. So split all 3 ways in terms of fastest sectors. So very mixed grid here. Really good to see. Belty Rabbit now picks up a 3-second time penalty. We'll have a quick squiz at some penalties, see how we're going here. So 3 seconds for XPT, Goffey, and Formula Finesse. That is not good for the Williams lads, as they are going to have to try and gain some time to be able to hold their positions. 3 seconds for Felty Rabbit down in P11, and then 3 seconds for Kirko. 41 seconds behind. Might actually jump on board with him and see if he is starting to gain any time on these lads ahead. I would highly doubt it, because his tyres that are made for the wet, that were driven in the dry, I would say are quite cooked. Still 41.2 have a feeling... something's not right here with Coco's drive. His distance to the car ahead has not changed a single ounce. So we are starting to see drivers into the pits now. Here we go. Formula Finessed is in the pits. So where will this put him? Is he going onto the inters? He's making the brave call and going onto the hard tyres, staying on those hards. Or the slicks, I mean. But also changing its front wing. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. It's going from bad to worse for the Williams lads. Holding penalties. Goffey now in P6. Casper, Haas boys in third and fourth. A brilliant race from these guys. While Cubs, though, still sitting in P1 from P10. This is the guy to watch. 2.3 seconds is the gap between himself and Felsey. Obviously, the rain is not affecting them too much. So guys yet to still make a stop. The top 6 drivers and P8 are all yet to make a stop. Currently on 21 lap old hard tyres versus 21 lap old medium tyres. And still holding quite strong those medium tyres, I should say. Felty Rabbit now onto those inters. Coco onto some inters 3 laps old. So it's now going to be who is going to pull the trigger first to make the first pit stop, and who's going to go for the undercut. Yeah, I know. Barely any rain. I can see what Coco was attempting. Now, I think he pulled the trigger a bit too early. But I think Felty Rabbit should have looked at it and said, no, it's too dry. I don't need him yet. I think he's also pulled the trigger that little bit too early as well. So light rain, 49%. It's only light. They're not going to need to go those inters at all, I don't think. But I could be very wrong. He's getting very slow though. Felsey through turns 1 and 2. Is he going? It's just barely at that point where you need to cross over. He's going very wide now though. Unable to hold on. Cards now just slowly getting away. 3.4 the gap. Going very easy into a lot of the corners here. There's no standing water that you can see. Nothing on track. It's just a little bit of dribbles here and there. Yeah, crossover is definitely coming. Oh my god, Delay nearly died. Who's Delay? Who's Delay? Yeah, I saw that. Oh, Felsey, sorry. Yeah, I saw him coming out of turn 1 and 2. So, I'm going to drop down, as it looks like Gob is now into the pits. Is he making that change over to... So is Goffey. Goffey also into the pits. So 2 drivers now into the pits. Are they making the change for intermediate tyres? No. Gob is going onto the softs, while Goffey has gone onto the intermediates. So soft tyres, and Goffey thinks it's wet enough. Another lap or 2. Who's the net leader? Net leader is Cuds in the Ferrari there. I can bring up tyres, my man. There's your tyres. So a very mixed range of tyres here. And look at the look at the pace the almighty Gob has on these soft tyres versus these drivers on the hard tyres. Even the distance, it's just... I think he's got this. I think he's made a very good call. Chevy Woolsnet later. Oh, because of the pit. Sorry, yeah, because of the pit stops. Yes, sorry, Chevy Wools. My fault. Yeah. So jumping on board here, so he now gets that change done on Pumpkinwin, and VSXPT has now gone into the pits as well. Looks like he's gone out onto the intermediates. He has. Intermediates as well for him. It just doesn't look like Goffey is getting anything done by it. You know, 2 seconds, 1.8 to him and Pumpkinwin. Pumpkinwin not having the best of outings here at Brazil. So I can't really attribute that to much. Fair few penalties as well. Interesting. Oh, and Gob now gets that 3-second time penalty, which is now going to be, I think that's 2 lots of penalties for him. No, that's his first. And that's not going to bode well for him later on in the session. But we're going to move back up here to the Cuds, as he is still in P1 on his original tyres. 25 lap old hard tyres. Himself, Bat, Felzy and Casper all holding off. Zachariah as well, all holding off to see how long they can get on these tyres. Going for a hard to a soft strategy, I think, is probably the best way to go. I might even just quickly... So his rears. Cud's currently sitting on 30 and 35% on the rears, and only 18 to 19% on the front. Don't know how accurate that is. Bat Felzy showing 22 and 26 on the front, 27 and 31 on the rears, and a little Casper showing 26 and 29 on the front, 36 and 42 on the rear tyres. So if that tells me anything, it looks like... I don't know. I don't know. Are you in a chat with Felzy? Ask him what his tyres are at, because that'll be a good way to determine if it's accurate or not. Last I checked, when I did a test, it was accurate. Oh, okay. Yeah, last I checked, I was in a lobby and I checked these with they were 1% different. They were 1% higher. But yeah, anyways, moving on. I think Cuds is just very, very good at holding his tyre percentages at his tyres. Just could be all it comes down to. But Felty Rabbit now gets another 10-second time penalty. So moving on. Is the rain hard enough now for these guys to pit? Combo Wally now gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Felzy is 2.6 seconds behind Cuds. He has managed to reel him back in. He is getting a little bit snappy here and there, though, on his exits. Casper also stays out. I think that's the right call. Now that there's a little bit of rain here, your tyres are going to... Ooh, Felzy looking a good way to get a time penalty there. So Cuds now 3.5 seconds. Bat Felzy definitely had another moment. He was 2.6 and now 3.4. He just needs to try and pull him back in and potentially go for maybe an overcut, but it looks like it's very hard to determine who's on the better tyres here. Bears XPT 6 seconds behind IRL. Yeah, no. Slicks are definitely still the option. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Lefty, I think they don't need to change tyres. I wouldn't risk it, just in case, because I've never... I don't know if they need to change tyres to a wet compound if there is rain. And then they can go the rest of the distance without pitting again, but I don't know. It would be a risk. Huge risk. But there it is. Cards now into the pits, goes onto the soft tyres, while Chevy Walls now follows him in. And he's going to go to a set of softs as well. Gob now up into P5. Well, Cuds sitting in P4. The battle here between himself and Gob. Gob now gets in front. And Mighty and Cuds now loses that position to him. So, it's now up to Bat Felsi and Little Casper to answer. They need to be able to get the position changes done because they are going to lose a lot of time here to Nutsy as well as Gob and Cuds. They were only 3 seconds off, and it looks like they could have maybe got the undercut on them. I don't quite know. Goffey now gets another 3 second time penalty. That's 6 seconds. So here we go. Penalties. 3 for Nutsy. Oh my gosh. Cuds goes down the inside of Gob, and that is a... Jeez, Nutsy lost a lot of traction there. It looked like he was going to go straight into the wall. But 3 seconds for Gob and Nutsy. Felsi now into the pits. Little Casper stays out. Felsi is now onto those soft tyres. So what we'll do, we'll bring up those tyres now. We'll have a quick squeeze. So they're on 0%. So brand new fresh tyres showing 0%. We'll go up to Cuds. He's got a bit of... Ooh. Who was that? Who's got damage? There it is. Nutsy. Front right wing damage a little bit there. So Gob now 3 seconds. VSXPT 3 seconds. Formula Finesse 3 seconds. Chevy Wolves with a huge 13 seconds of time penalties. We've also got 3 seconds for Pumpkin, 3 seconds for Combo, 6 for Goffey, 16 seconds for Felty Rabbit, 3 seconds for Kirko. So Cards now goes up into first place, while Casper now just entering his pit box. They boxed a lap too late. They massively boxed way too late. Gee, good English. Casper is now going to lose a few positions. He's lost to VSXPT. He's lost to Chevy Wolves as well. Yes, he is on the better tyres, so now it's going to be, can he get the changes done to be able to hold on and fight his way back to the top here? But it's going to be very hard to do that. He's going to go down the inside. It looks like he's going to get the position change done. Gets it done very nicely. As Formula Finessed now tucks back in behind. Casper says, thank you very much. Chevy Wolves, you are next on my radar. He's got him in his sights, waiting to pull the trigger. Is he going to be able to reel him in anytime soon? The SXPT also trying to track down the driver ahead of him, Nutsy in P4. What is Gob doing? Gob moved way over and let Nutsy through. Felsi now up into P2. And Cuds a massive 6 seconds in the lead. This is his race to lose and Felsi's race to take away second place. So this is going to be quite a big one for these lads. All they need to do now is just sit tight and just let their race just settle in. Mighty Gob needs to fight back to try and get himself back up. And unfortunately for Williams, we've had a shocker. We've gone from being at the top down to being at P8 and P12. Haas going from P4 to P7, so they've done extremely well there. And Mercedes going from P2 and P10. So we're going to jump on board with Chevy Wolves as he is now under attack from Little Caspar himself. He's going to hold tight in the middle of the track here. Beautiful racing, no contact made, absolutely tight lines through there, but he drops it. And Chevy Wolves now goes a little bit sideways and loses 2 positions to Little Caspar and XPT. I don't think any contact was made there, but we will have a quick squeeze again. We'll see. Top left is your live footage if you want to watch that. Otherwise, down the bottom right-hand corner here. Oh, that's the old one. There it is. I can show it. I missed it. I missed it. Sorry about that. So, watching Chevy Wolves now. Sorry about the mishap there. Yeah. So Chevy Wolves night has just gone from bad to worse. Having a bit of a spin and now going to P10. Lots of penalties on track tonight too. So Cud's now 5 seconds ahead. Felsi is tracking down. It's going to be a Cud's, Felsi, Caspar race to lose, and now Chevy Wolves entering into the pit lanes. Gets a bit too quick through there. Just able to hold on. So going back up here, it's going to be Cuds 1, 2, 3 for Felsi in 2 and Casper in 3. All drivers holding on for a penalty-free race, meaning that they are not going to lose any positions to these drivers behind. Nutsy, Almighty Gob and XPT and Formula Finesse are under pressure from Rapid. If Rapid can sort of climb his way back up into that time frame, then he'll be able to gain a couple of positions, potentially, maybe one. However, it all depends on the penalties ahead. So big battle going on here between XPT, Gob and Nutsy. As Nutsy is now under pressure from Gob, gets the position change done. Comes back across, and XPT has to just hold on. It's a little bit of contact. Oh dear. XPT now loses the position as well to loses the position to Formula Finesse. And that has allowed Rapid to close in. No, it hasn't. He's lost more time. Rapid has lost more time. So 1.5 laps to go. Has anyone not pitted? Everyone has pitted. Fantastic. Oh, I wanted to see. So XPT now with a little bit of wing damage, I think. Yep, front left wing damage. 46% and 53% in his rears. Showing a little bit of wear and tear, but maybe even a bit of fatigue. And there it is, the Visa RB. Nutsy gets sideways. He loses 2 positions. Formula Finesse moves up into P. Oh, little bit of contact made again. He now moves up into P5, and VSXPT finally gets the job done on him, moving up his way up into P5. Formula Finesse now will want to fight back. He's right inside of that DRS. And there it is. He's going to get the better exit. He's going to get squeezed a little bit on the left here. He's got the hard tyres. VSXPT has the intermediate tyres. Can he hold on, though, and hold on to that P5? He's got the Alpine right down his neck, breathing heavily, gets the position swap done again. Oh, a little bit of contact made, and there he goes. VSXPT got a little bit too, hands-on there, I think. A little bit desperate for the final position change, and as a result, loses one position to the driver behind. We'll have a quick look at those penalties again. 3 seconds to P4, 5, and 6, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and there it is. Cards now finishes. Bat Felsi in P2, Casper in P3. Almighty God for a Haas. 3, 4. Crosses the line. Now, Formula Finesse in P5, Nutsy in P6, XPT is now in P7, Pajala in P8. Zachariah looks like he's just crashed out on the final straight there. Goffey now gets that position up thanks to him. So that is a very late crash for him, but he will still gain points. Felty, Combo Ollie, Felty and Combo Ollie. Who's going to take it across the line? It's going to be Combo Ollie. He goes 5. He goes ahead of Felty Rabbit. Pumpkin Win moves ahead of Felty Rabbit due to penalties. Chevy Wolves and Kirko. A bad day out for the Red Bulls. And a really unfortunate ending to Zachariah. All right, so lads, Cuds, Caspar, and I can't remember that. Felsi, if you guys can all, if you're all in chat, if you want to join the Tier 4 voice chat in Discord, I'll see you all in there for your podium interviews. So far I've got little Casper in here. Just waiting to see if the other two will join. But Casper, man, P3, an absolute blinder of a race for you, man. No penalties.
Yeah.
No penalties, keeping you, well in the podium positions. No threat to the guys behind. So at the end of the race, there, did you just have to tuck in and hold on?
Sort of, yeah. The whole time I was just trying to stick as close as I could with the top two, and just play by what they were doing.
Yep. And okay, so we'll go. So this is the overall results. Hang on, give me 2 seconds while I bring all this up. It's just looks like it's not allowing me to change screens yet.
No, it just quickly put me into game chat. So
no, yeah, all good, all good. Doesn't look like the other two want to join either. It's not going to show me. Oh, the trucker. All right. Starting off with your sprint round. Tell us about that first off. How do you think you went in your sprint round? Is there anything that you learned from the sprint round that you could use in the feature race? Was there a bit of teamwork between yourself, and your teammate? Gob, I think it was.
Nah, there was no teamwork really. Like, we weren't talking at all. Just I was trying to sort of stick with him and work with him. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Dude, that whole race has just gone to the back of my mind after this. Yeah. After the feature race, I've just sort of focused on one thing at a time.
Yeah, no, that's
really.
All cool. That's all cool.
Yeah,
Nah, man.
Not let prior incidents or issues affect my future performance. So
yeah, that's really good, man. Look, honestly, I mean, going from last season to this season, at the end, towards mid-season, right the way through to the end, you can really see this massive jump for you in terms of your performance. And I think we're starting to see this little Casper that is now becoming I think probably one of the contenders for a championship here at the end of the season.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Because
Just
start of last season I really struggled, and then and when I was going good, if I didn't crash because of my own fault, it would have been due to other people.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Exactly. No, well, look, man, thank you so much for joining tonight. P3, congratulations. We will see you next week for round 3, which is at, I can't even tell you where. It is at Singapore. How do you think you're going to go in Singapore?
Great. Oh, great.
Uh,
Hello, I'm going to book a first-class ticket to a wall.
It's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun, that's for sure.
No. Well, look, congratulations again, man. I'm going to move on over to Felsey in the Mercedes. Felsey in P2, my guy. Congratulations. You had an absolute blinder of a race, trying to track down Cuds at the end there. You were slowly reeling him in, and then all of a sudden things would just go a little bit awry, lose a little bit of time to him, but then you'd slowly reel him back in again. Do you think your pit stop should have been, a lap or two earlier to be able to, hold onto Cuds, or do you think you made the right call?
No, definitely. I should have pitted. I think we were both waiting to see if we had to go into inters, but I kind of kept pushing it, and then when I seen him pit, I was like, I better pit. But definitely, in hindsight, I wish I pitted a bit earlier and just went hard because it really didn't get too wet. You could still push pretty hard. So, yeah. But it was fun chasing him down.
Well, you started P8. Is that right? P8?
Yeah. I think I started P5, I think. Or P4.
P5. One of those.
P5.
One of those ones. You started up there though, not on the top two rows.
No, I lost a few positions at the start too. I think I went back to like P9 or something on the first lap.
So managed to climb your way back up, but holding on to Cuds, is there something that you believe you've learnt going into the future following a driver like Cuds?
To be honest, I think my driving's just got improved a bit anyway, just because last season was my first season. I only started at the start of the season as a reserve, and that was all the league racing that I'd done, and I got a lot better as the season went on. So I think I've just got a lot more confident in my driving ability as well. So I'm able to push more consistently with less mistakes, which is, I think, what gets me a bit closer up.
Yeah, look, guys, for everyone that's listening right now, I think the improvement, I talked about the improvement of Casper last season, halfway through the season to where he is now. I think another driver that we've all been looking at is in fact Felsey, going from being a reserve, like he's mentioned, first ever league season last season, being put into a seat full time halfway through to now, the improvement is just next level. I haven't seen improvement like this. I mean, I can definitely attribute a bit of that improvement to your team principal, Left for Dead.
Oh, definitely. He definitely helped me along the way, like helping me set up. I watched a few of his hot laps and things like that, and these EA things on the old game I looked at just to, get a bit of an idea on braking and turning and throttle control and all that kind of stuff. So it definitely did help.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, man, P2, huge day for you.
In a row, my first podium, and then I got another one in the next one. So I'm cheering.
You're cheering, man. It's going to be a season for the ages for you three, I think, looking at it the way it is. But we'll move on over to the race winner, Cuds. Mate, what a night for you. Starting in P6 in the sprint from quali, going to P1, and then starting in P10 in quali and finishing up in P1. An absolute blinder of a night for you.
Yeah, well, I just don't have that. I don't have that one lap pace. I don't have that quali pace. I can't do it. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I was genuinely trying, but yeah, in that the feature quali, I was trying to save tyres. I like to save a couple of softs just in case, because you never know what happens.
Yep.
And I definitely made the mistake. I went out and I just wasn't switched on, and I made quite a few mistakes, which just put me in 10th, and it was a bit of a battle. But the start of that feature race, I think I got up to 7th after the second
Yeah,
corner.
you did. Yeah,
I
second
made
quarter,
a-
you're in seventh place.
Yeah,
Unreal.
I made I like to take the inside of one and then just stay around the outside. Then
Yeah.
when you come to turn 3, you've got the inside run and just focus on your exit, and you generally get a place or two, which is what happened then. So.
Yeah, and then once the rain kicked in, I think your decision not to pit sooner for inters especially, obviously we saw that you stayed 26 or 7 laps on those hard tires.
I think I pitted on lap 27.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think was definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
But
I
tell us
was
about
waiting. I was waiting for that rain.
Yeah, once the rain started falling, tell us about that. Was there anything that you thought, oh no, here we go, or?
Yep, 100% straight away. Out loud, I go, oh, there's rain. Oh, no. So straight away went to my, what's that little panel called where you can select tyres and everything? Whatever it's called.
MFD.
The MFD, that's the one. I selected Inton straight away, and I bumped up my front wing. And I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. Then I really wanted guys around me to pit first to see how they went. I wanted to be reactive, even though at the front you probably shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be reactive just because it was going to be a gamble if you went either way.
Yeah.
So I just stayed out. And when it came down to lap 24 or 25, that's pretty much what I said. Screw it, I'm going to go softs.
Yeah. Well, I think you made the right call, and you were the one to pull the trigger.
Yep.
And everyone else
exactly
followed suit. So definitely, like you said, a really brave call making that decision. But I think it was the right call, man.
It was definitely a little bit greasy. It was definitely a little more slippery out there. But I've really been focusing on throttle control, and I think it's saved my tires. I can see that because the graphic that I've got on my on the stream, you'll see if you do go back and watch the stream, you'll have a look at the. I can bring up damage, and it will show me like your car's percentage for tires, your wing damage, all that sort of stuff. And your tire percentages were actually almost, I think it was like 5 or 6% lower than anybody else around you. So you could tell that you were actually holding onto your tires a lot and managing them a lot better than everybody else. So 100%. I've been watching. I've been watching lots of.
What was that?
What's that? Sorry.
I was pushing trying to catch him, so my tyres were.
Yeah.
I've been watching lots of YouTube clips, mate, just trying to get any pointers I can.
Yeah.
And it's worked.
Well,
no one else did that though. It won't work for you guys. Don't do that.
Well,
it was a good race, Nicholas. I'll see you next week.
Guys, that's it from us.
I'm horrible at singing ball.
Thank you all so much for joining. We will be back very, very, very soon for Tier 3 as we go to battle in Brazil, Sao Paulo for the sprint round. So join again. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes as we go live. So thank you guys. We'll see you all soon.